Welcome to a Token of Persuasion. Today we'll be playing Shroud of Silent Mist, a fun fear, kind of control, kind of damage spirit, kind of all over the place. Um, and you'll see kind of how it goes. Interesting, it is a high complexity spirit, and I think one of the reasons for that is really low energy gaining. Note none of his growth gains energy. He starts with 0 energy a turn and maxes out at 2 energy a turn. It makes it very difficult to gain energy. So that being said, when he gains a power card, if it doesn't have the flame element, he gets an energy. So his reclaim and his gain a power card add a presence both have potential for getting energy, and you do kind of have to rely on that because his cards are not necessarily cheap, considering the fact that he has very little energy income. So yeah, we'll go ahead and see kind of how it goes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go more bottom track and try to focus on fear, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, so I don't get any energy right now, so I think I have to get at least 1 energy income to be able to kind of pay for that. So I'm going to take these 2 presents and I'll go ahead and gather them, or I'll add them to each one of these lands. And it doesn't really matter where you add your presence for Shroud because his presence is so mobile. So we do have an exploratory in the mountains, and we go ahead and go. So I guess I should add that presence afterwards, but yeah, so now I get an energy and I have 1 card play. You know, maybe I can, I don't know. It's so hard. I think I'm just going to take the fear. Because if you do this, you get a push of Dahan. But I don't even really have... I guess I could play another power card. And that will hit some thresholds. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. 3, 2, 1, pay. That's a bit risky, but hope I'm hitting some thresholds. Everything is slow except this. There's 2 fear, and I do get to move my presence. I'm going to move my presence here, and I'm targeting this land. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, everything else is slow, so let's go ahead and just build in the mountains and then explore in the wetlands. Alright, so what do I want to do? I think I'm going to just defend this next turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this Dahan here with this power, or sorry, with my innate power. And in so doing, I'm actually going to gather a presence here. Kind of spread it out a little bit, because he likes his presence spread out. And now I have 1 damage and 1 damage to a different invader. So the question is, do I prevent this build? I think I prevent this build. I think I actually prevent this build over that, and then get an explorer back here. And then if I gather this here, I can do 1 damage to a different invader for each adjacent land, and then push 2 Dahan, but that's no Dahan need to be pushed, and I've done everything. So with that, I get a fear, and time passes. This stays damaged. So now we kind of have a predicament, because I'm only getting 1 energy. So what I need to do is I need to add a presence and gain a power card. I can gain a minor power. Adding beasts, gathering explorers in the fast. I think I can do that, actually. I don't know if that's a great idea, but that doesn't have a sun, so I get an energy, and then I can play both of these. I won't hit any thresholds. What if instead I do this? I will hit a threshold. So I think I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to grow. It needs to be a mountain or wetland. Here. Because I need the defense here. Because this is defending. Okay. So now I have 2 energy, and I pay. Flip, ready, and then this is fast. So this is 1 fear, and defend 2 here. And I can go ahead and actually, when I play that card, gather, so make it a defend 3. But I think I want to actually keep it spread. Defend 2 should handle it, so long as I don't do extra damage with the defense. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and gather this explorer here in the fast with this. And I'm going to gather a presence here. No, I'm going to gather it here. This is kind of closer to stuff. And sacred sites are good. And then, okay. This is, I think, going well so far. So let's go ahead and check out this event. If you have any earn fear cards, discard 2 of them now. That's kind of a stinky one to get. Yeah. Add a beast to a land adjacent to beast, then destroy a Dahan among beasts. Let's go ahead and add a beast here. Okay. When invaders ravage, if it has Dahan and presence, defend 5. So this now becomes defend 7. That's totally fine. They ravage in the mountains. We do get a fear for that destruction. We do blight here. I was never planning on fixing that, so it doesn't feel too bad. They don't build, and they explore the sands. Okay, so that not build was huge, actually. And now we have slows. I'm going to go ahead and gather a presence here and do 1 damage. Using my innate, and then I get a fear for that damaged building, and time passes, and this remains damaged. Okay, so I think I keep doing this. I do have an energy, so I'm getting an energy here. Let me gain another minor power, and this time I'm starting to move down the energy track. Where do I want to be? Wetlands don't hurt, mountains don't hurt. Maybe I'll go here now that it's ravaged. Maybe I'll be able to do damage there. Okay. And then I can move a presence. Let's move a presence here. And let's gain a minor power. This is beautiful. I'm going to gain this, actually. Yeah. And then I get an energy because it doesn't have fire. And then I get an energy for this. And I have 3 energy to pay for this. Right on. Right on. Okay. So this is fast. This is slow. And I have double thresholded here. So I can either pull this guy out. I think I want to... I think I'm going to defend 2, pull this guy here. So this land is defended for 2. I don't think it'll matter, but it's more to prevent that build there. And then everything else is slow. So let's go ahead and check out the event. Healthy. Add a coastal town to land adjacent to coastal town. No, just coastal towns. Destroy 2 explorers among beasts. So we do get this explorer gone. And add a Dahan to a land with Dahan and no blight or disease. Where do we want Dahan? I think we want Dahan here because it's with me and it's with the guy. So maybe it'll do something eventually. No fear card. No fear card. And then they're going to ravage and build, and they don't ravage and they don't build, and then they explore the coasts. Okay. So coast, coast, coast. Now this mountain is somewhat problematic, but I have this card right here. 1 fear. Damage to each invader. So this, and this is 1 damage. Okay. And that's right. Okay, right on. And then I do have a push up to... Oh, let me do this first. I'm going to push this and this into that land beforehand using this. Push 1 Dahan and up to 2, so I can push up to 3. Yeah. So I'm going to do that, and this is now going to get damaged, and these Dahan are also damaged, and they don't heal. So that's something to consider. But now that innate's done, and now I have one more damage. If I damage this guy, he won't build. I do have to reclaim, so I'll be able to do that likely. I'm getting 2 fear right now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna I gotta do this damage. It's worth the fear. It can prevent an explore. And then the town there is not gonna be nearly as bad as a town over there. So now time passes and I do get 1 fear for this being damaged. And then these are damaged and these are damaged. Kind of wish we could like figure something out there for it to stay undamaged, but it is what it is. So now I'm going to reclaim all my cards, and then I get an energy from here, and I do get a power card. So let's go ahead and gain a minor, and I have 2 power card plays. 1 fear, 1 damage in slow. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Okay, and I get an energy for that. Okay. So now they're going to build in the, if I can get actually a Dahan in here in fast. Oh yeah, I can for free. And let me move a presence actually. I'm gonna move this presence. No, I'm gonna leave my presence where they are because of that. I do get 1 other card play. So this is going to build. I think what I want to do is I want to just do this damage, and I'll be able to do that. Okay, 3, 2, 1, pay. Ready? This is a fast. Gather up to 2 Dahans. I'm only going to gather. I'm actually going to gather this guy and this guy. Okay. Now maybe we'll have to change him, but that is what it is. And then we're done with fast. Okay. Let's check out the event. Ooh, interesting. 4 energy aided by water. So I have 2. I could just discard any of my cards. I'm going to discard this card right here. Slow damage. And then I get this. Each spirit may add a presence to one of their lands with Dahan. And that puts me right here. I'm actually going to add it here. Does that open up a threshold? Now I have 2 moon. No, I need 3 wind. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's kind of tasty. Love that. And yeah, okay, each beast deals 2 damage, remove tokens that destroy buildings, and then defend 1 per Dahan. Okay, so now they ravage, and then they build in the coast, and they do get a town here, and then they are going to explore the mountains. Okay, another explorer and another explorer. And now we are faced with decisions. I think what I do is I do my 1 damage to a different invader here. And I can get up to, what, 5 damage to different invaders. And then I push this Dahan over here. Just like that. Right on. And then I can do my 1 damage right here. Right on. And wait, and with my 1 damage to a different invader, I'm going to gather a presence here. And then with my 1 damage, I'm going to gather this presence here. And you can kind of see what I'm working up to. And now with my push 1 Dahan, I'm going to go ahead and gather a presence here. And is it push up to 1? It says push up to 1. Yep, I'm not going to push 1. And that is all of that. I'm actually, instead of doing 1 damage to this guy, I'm going to do 1 damage to this guy. Okay, and then here we are, time passes. This guy is still damaged, and I get a fear, because it is damaged. I wonder if I forgot that fear card. I might have, but it doesn't matter, because now we have this card right here. And I'll go ahead and just do this, and I get one. I don't know. I don't even need that. I'll just do this. Gain a minor power. That. Let's gain the energy for it. And then I can play this, and I can play this. And I add a presence. I'm going to go ahead and add it right here. Excuse me. Right there. Right on. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. Pay up. I don't know if I was supposed to have extra energy, but now I'm going to do 2 fear if invaders are present. And I'm going to gather presence to an adjacent land using this, right? And then 1 fear defend 2. So go ahead and gather this presence here, doing defend 2. And it says gather up to. Yeah, I don't want to gather explorers. And then what I get to do is this last thing. 1 fear, defend 1 per. So this so far is a defend 2 plus 7. You can see where this is going. Defend 9. Okay. And I do a fear for that. And I've got double thresholds, so let's see what happens. I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, shoot. Oh, with 2 or more towns, we're fine. Then 1 fear board with disease, doesn't matter. During Ravage, no. We were so good. We were so good. During Ravage, Dahan only do 1 damage, but they deal damage first. Oh, we needed that counterattack. Oh, wait. Hold up. I'll be able to do damage fast. It'll be fine. Okay. Maybe I'll be able to do damage with these fear cards. Oh, there we go. Okay. Choose a different land. Gather up to 2 Dahan. 1 damage. If Dahan are present, I believe. Right? 1 damage. If Dahan are present. I'm going to go ahead and do 1 damage. So this is done. And then skip the next normal build. Shifts to the left as usual. Doesn't matter, I don't think. Because now they Ravage, and now each Dahan does 1 damage, which is a total of 5 damage, which does 1, 2, 3 fear. Didn't even have time to do the fear. For a total score of 29. So not bad game for Shroud, actually. One of the better ones. It's kind of funny, you see getting all that presence in one land. You wouldn't normally want to do that, but I knew the game was ending, and defend 9. Again, even just defend 9 is kind of excessive. If you have any other people playing, then you might want to start shifting your presence to their board at that point, instead of trying to converge it in one land. But in a solo game, that's a totally fine way to go about it. So you can see I did kind of go for the card plays. I liked that water. It helped me hit these slow thresholds. I was hitting an elemental threshold every single turn, and I think that's key for Shroud. So if you're not hitting your elemental threshold, then nothing's happening in slow, and it just kind of feels really bad, because Shroud is definitely a strong in the slow spirit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It was definitely fun building a little tower presence. You don't really get that opportunity unless you're playing Volcano. But yeah, next up we've got Starlight Seeks Its Form, which is the very first very high complexity spirit, and the next 4 spirits we're doing, 3 of them are very high complexity. I'm really excited for Fractured Days and Finder. I'm really excited for all of these next spirits. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and see you next time on A Token of Persuasion.